Rarely does Hollywood portray Africa or Africans except through the eyes of outsiders. Not so The Woman King. Led by General Naniska, the Agoji warriors, a fearsome women's unit, slay their enemies, European and African slave traders. Academy Award winner Viola Davis says she identifies with her warrior character.
I saw myself within the same way I see my white counterparts. And it wasn't until I went out into the world and the industry that I realized the world and the industry does not see me the same way.
Ready for war!
The Agoji story, many know about it, heard about it, but to see it on screen, it's a different experience.
Bukari Sawadogo, who teaches at City University in New York, notes there is both excitement and criticism surrounding the film.
This is African stories, but in terms of how he was represented and the movie was made, there was little active African involvement in the movie, be it in front of the camera, but also behind the camera.
It took 7 years and upwards of $50 million to make The Woman King, which was shot in South Africa. Kathy Schulman, who helped produce the film, says it was an uphill battle getting Hollywood to finance it.
Black Panther opened a certain door, right? The Black Panther said, imagine an African nation with agency. And I said, well, why do we have to imagine it? How about an actual African nation with agency? You know, each one of these things is a step.
Actors trained rigorously for the combat scenes, says Sheila Atim, who co-stars as Agoji warrior Amenza.
We were trying to portray these women who were some of the most extraordinary warriors the world has ever seen. We wanted to do it right.
Noting the Kingdom of Dahomey took part in selling other Africans into slavery, there have been calls to boycott the film. Yet, according to The Hollywood Reporter, the film's opening weekend in the U.S. exceeded expectations, grossing $19 million. Women made up 58% of all ticket buyers, according to post-strike exit polling. Black moviegoers made up 56% of the audience.
Train hard, fight harder.
You know, it is a fact that women are the primary buyers of content. That's film, that's television, that's streaming. And so really what you're doing is asking to make a movie for the majority, not the minority.
Despite controversies, the film has generated excitement in Africa and among the African diaspora, says Sawadogo.
And they can really, identify with it even more. Even this morning I saw a post urging everybody to go see the movie because this movie is about us. So you have a pride there in the immigrant communities to go see this movie.
Viola Davis wants more films produced about empowered Black people, especially women, in Africa and America.
We've got to normalize it. Listen, we've been here just as long as everyone else since 1612 in a completely different capacity, but we are human too.
We are Dahomey!
Penelope Poulou, VOA News, Washington.
Don't know.